The air hung heavy, thick with the smell of wood smoke and yam porridge. Our village, nestled deep in the heart of Anambra, felt ancient, untouched by time. I was Chijioke, a young boy then, barely old enough to understand the ways of spirits and men. My mother, a woman known for her gentle heart and infectious laughter, had recently remarried. Her new husband, Okechukwu, was a tall, imposing figure. His eyes held a glint that made me uneasy, a darkness I couldn't place. Okechukwu arrived with few possessions, a small bundle wrapped in animal hide, and a charm he always wore, a grotesque carving of a snarling beast. He spoke little, but his silence was heavy, pregnant with unspoken words. My mother, blinded by her newfound happiness, seemed oblivious to the shadows that clung to him. Life in the village continued, the rhythm of our days marked by the rising and setting sun. Yet, an unease settled over me, a creeping dread that tightened its grip with each passing night. I began to notice things, small at first, easily dismissed. The flickering of shadows in the corners of my eyes, the rustling of leaves when no wind blew. Okechukwu would spend hours at night, chanting in a low voice, his charm clutched tightly in his hand. When questioned, he would simply say he was praying for our family's prosperity. But his words rang hollow, devoid of any warmth or sincerity. Sleep became my enemy, haunted by nightmares of shadowy figures and bloodshot eyes. My mother, sensing my fear, would hold me close, her touch the only solace in the darkness. The village elders, their faces etched with the wisdom of generations, whispered amongst themselves, their voices hushed, their eyes filled with a knowing fear. One night I woke with a start, a cold sweat clinging to my skin. The air was thick with an unfamiliar scent, metallic and cloying. I crept to my mother's hut, my heart pounding in my chest. The door was slightly ajar, and I could hear Okechukwu's voice, low and guttural, chanting words I couldn't comprehend. Peeking through the crack, I saw a sight that chilled me to the bone. Okechukwu stood over a small fire, his face illuminated by the flickering flames. In his hand, he held a small, struggling animal, its eyes wide with terror. My breath caught in my throat and I stifled a scream. Okechukwu began to chant louder, his voice taking on a rhythmic cadence. He raised the animal above his head, and in the firelight, I saw it wasn't an animal at all. It was a small, crudely made doll, fashioned from straw and cloth. But what horrified me most was the face of the doll. It was my face, crafted with a chilling accuracy that sent shivers down my spine. I stumbled back, my hand flying to my mouth to stifle a gasp. The sound, though muffled, reached Okechukwu's ears. He whirled around, his eyes glowing with an eerie light locked onto mine. In that instant I knew, with a certainty that chilled me to my core, that I was in mortal danger. Fear lent me speed and I ran as fast as my legs could carry me. The image of the doll, my face contorted in a silent scream, seared into my mind. I knew I couldn't stay silent, couldn't let whatever evil Okechukwu was conjuring take hold. I had to reach the village, to warn my mother, to seek the protection of the elders. I burst into the night, the darkness pressing in around me, the sounds of the forest amplified, every rustle of leaves, every snapping twig, sounding like Okechukwu's footsteps closing in. I ran until my lungs burned, and my legs screamed for respite, the image of the doll, my face twisted in terror, propelling me forward. Finally, I stumbled into the village clearing, gasping for breath, my words tumbling over each other as I recounted the horrifying scene I had witnessed. The village elders, their faces grim, wasted no time. They gathered their most powerful charms, their voices rising in unison as they chanted ancient words of protection. My mother, her face ashen, clung to me, her tears a mixture of relief and terror. We were safe for now, protected by the combined strength of the village and the ancient magic they wielded. As for Okechukwu, he disappeared that night, swallowed by the darkness, his fate unknown. Some say he was claimed by the very spirits he sought to control, others that he fled, fearing the wrath of the village.